for fat cell apoptosis, and we can reduce the fat cell fundamentally. And the next one is the M-Scout. Okay, for the M-Scout, we utilize the high energy focus electromagnetic field. So for this technique, it can help us to treat. It can work directly on the motor neuron. So when it works on the motor neuron, it can work on the motor neuron without too much high frequency. So for this one, it can help us to improve the muscle volume. At the same time, meanwhile, it can also help us to reduce the fat also. So for this one, it can help us to improve the fat metabolism, and it can help us to strengthen the muscle volume. Okay, so this is very effective. So it can increase the muscle, and it can also reduce the fat cell. So for the next one, okay. So for this one is what we will do the operation later. Okay. So this one, it has combined 4 techniques. Okay. The first one is the infrared light, and the second one is the radio frequency, and the fourth one is the here is negative pressure, and we also have the roller inside this handpiece. So for this one, it can help us to tighten the skin after fat cell reducing. Okay, tighten the skin, and it can also help us to remove the cellulite. And so this one is really helpful for body shaping. So now we here have this one. This is the roller machine. For roller machine compared with the massage by manually. So this one is the all-side deep layer massage machine. So it's much more effective than massage by hand. Okay. So this one, we can use this one after all kinds of fat cell reducing machine, because this one, it can make our fat cell reducing treatment much more comfortable. Okay, and this one is easy for you to operate it, and it can also help you to improve the salon visiting rate, because for this one we can use it very often, frequently. Okay, so because this one can use it frequently, and then your customer can come, okay, every week for several times. That is why we said for this one, it can help us to improve the salon visiting rate. Okay, and what's more, it can also help us to reduce the sense of fatigue and reduce the exit biofilling. Okay, so for this one, is really helpful for you to attract more customers to come into your salon. Okay, so now next one. So right now we have already talked about the technique of this all kinds of machine here. So now I would like to let you know how to combine all of these machines together. Okay, because I believe that you not only have one kind of this fat reducing machine. I suppose that you will have several types of fat cell reducing and weight loss machine in your salon or spa, right? So as you can see here, we have the chart for you, so it's very clear for you to understand. So this is the machines I've just talked about. So Q-Plus, Kuma, Liposonic, Cavitation, M-Scout, and the roller one. So I've already I'd like to talk about this 5 in these 4 situations. In these 4 factors, the first one is the treatment interval. Second one is the effective time, treatment course, and note. So for the Q-Plus, the Q-Plus, we can do it once every 2 months. So the effective time is up to 1 month. So the treatment course, 1 month as a treatment course. And for the Q-Plus and the Liposonic and Cavitation, so it works directly on the fat cell actually. So, and for the Kuma, it can help us to shape our body, to tighten our skin. For the Q-Plus and the actually, for this two has the largest inflammation burden of our body. So if you have these two machines in your salon, so we don't suggest you to use these two together for one customer, okay? So we should choose Cool Plus or we should choose the Kuma. Okay, don't use these two all together. But if you use Cool Plus first, and then 1 week after Cool Plus, then you can use the Liposonic. You can combine the Liposonic or the cavitation one. Okay, so 1 week after Cool Plus. So let's have a summary that if you use Cool Plus first, and then 1 week after that, you can use the Liposonic or the cavitation. Okay, so the same as the Kuma. So next one, so because as you can see here, when we use Kuma, we can only use it 2 months after Cool Plus treatment. But if you want your customer to come to your spa more frequently, so that you can ask them to come back again 1 week after Cool Plus, and then do the Liposonic or the cavitation. Okay, so that is why that we said if you know how to combine all of this machine together, then you can increase your customer visiting rate for your salon. So the next one is that we have the M-Scalp. We have the M-Scalp one. Actually, the M-Scalp can combine this four together. But we don't suggest you to use M-Scalp and this four together at the same day. We suggested that after using this and the next day you can use the M-Scalp. Okay, we just don't suggest you to use them all together in one in the same day. Okay, so the next one is the roller. For the roller, we can use roller after all kinds of this treatment. So that is why we said the roller can also help us to increase your spa visiting rate. Okay, so for the next one, so for this Liposonic one and the cavitation one and the Cool Plus one, these three can work directly on the fat cell. So that is why we said this three is much more effective for fat reducing. It can help us to reduce the fat cell fundamentally. Okay, fundamentally. And for the M-Scalp, while reducing the fat cell, it can also help us to increase the muscle volume. Okay. So now next one I'd like to show you. Now I would like to show you this. I would like to show you the interface in details. Okay. Here we have the model here. So here is the working of techniques combined together in one machine. Okay. The first one is the infrared light. The second one is as you can see here, we have the biggest handle here. So the first one is the infrared light. The second one is the RF. The third one is the negative pressure. And fourth one is the roller massage. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look on our interface here. Okay, we can come closer. Handle we have here, and we can press it here to get into the interface. So let's have a brief introduction of this interface first. So here is the treatment time. So we can adjust it here, and we have two treatment mode. Okay, the first one is the smooth mode. So the second one is the shape mode. So we suggest that you can use the shape mode first. So after 10 to 15 minutes, then you can choose the smooth mode to have the client, okay? So here we have the vacuum here and the infrared light. So for this one, let's adjust it here. So as you can see, vacuum, and we also have the keyboard on our handpiece. Okay, we can also adjust the parameter on our handpiece directly. For this design, it's very easy for you to operate it while during your treatment. So as you can see, while I increase the vacuum here, so the parameter will also show up in our handpiece. Okay, so and when we so this one is the infrared light, and the next one. And here is the pulse here, okay? Here is the pulse here. So this design is very smart for you to operate and easy for you to operate it. So after this setting, so we can press this press ready, and then we can press this button to make it to move, okay? So as you can see here, here is the roller of our biggest handpiece. So for this one is the massage function, okay? Here is the massage function, and you can also see the infrared light here. So for the infrared light, as you can see here, the infrared light, it can work on the epidermis within 3 mm, okay? But we also have the RF function here. So the RF function can work on the epidermis, okay, below the epidermis 15 mm. So combined with these two techniques together, so it can have a much more it is much more efficiency, okay? It's much more efficiency. So except the RF and except the infrared light, we also have the for the RF, okay, so it also have the big heat effect. So it can also stimulate the regeneration of our collagen, okay? The regeneration of our collagen, it can shrink the fat cell volume. So for these two all combined together, so it's very effective for body shaping. And for this one is the vacuum. This one is the vacuum. So while we're doing the treatment, so we can make the targeted area to focus on this area, okay? To focus this area. So it can make our result much more effective. So combine these all four techniques. It's very helpful for fat reducing and body slimming. So now let's go to the next one. Next handpiece. Okay, for this one, we usually use this one for the large areas treatment, okay, for large areas treatment. The next one. Okay, for this one, actually it's the same as the big one, but for this one, we usually use it for our small areas of our body. For example, for our arms, okay, for our arms, for our calf, okay, and for this one is for big areas like for the thigh, for the belly, and for the buttock. And here we also have and we can change the handpiece directly at the lower line, okay? Here we can choose this one. We can press here to change the interface of different handpiece, and for the parameters for these two, actually they are the same, okay? They are the same. So let's set the parameters for you. So when we choose the vacuum, so as you can see here, the light is on here. When we choose the infrared light, the light is on here. And when we choose the pulse, the light is on here, okay? You can also change the parameters directly on this handpiece, or you can change it on this interface, okay? So then you can press ready to start the treatment. So for this small handpiece, we also have the vacuum here, and we also have the Bayer RF here, okay? And we also have the infrared light. But for this one, we don't have the roller. We don't have the roller. Compare this one. We don't have the roller, okay? And for this one, we have the roller. And here is the button. Here is the button. Okay, so after using it, please remember to make it to the standby status, okay? So the next one. Okay, this is a much more smaller one. For this one, we can change the interface directly by choosing here. Okay, this is for the face treatment, okay? For small areas, for the face treatment, for the jaw, for the neck. It's also the same as the other two handpiece. So, but for this one we can't set parameters in this handpiece piece, okay? Because it's much more smaller than this two. So for this one, we also let's choose the parameter here first. So as you can see here, we have the bipolar here, and we also have the vacuum here, okay? So for this one, it has two techniques, okay, in this handpiece. So for the next one is for this one. Next one, we can change it to here. So for this one, it's especially for the strengthening of small areas, especially when we do the treatment after the treatment of large areas. Then we can use this one, okay, to strengthen the treatment results. So this one, it's especially useful for the treatment on our navel, okay. So it's very especially useful for our navel, okay. So this one, we also have the vacuum and the bipolar here. It's the strengthening for after the big areas treatment, okay. So the last one is the cavitation one. So the last one is the cavitation one. So for the cavitation one, let's choose it. Okay, as for the cavitation one, as you can see here, we have we can do the treatment with it for different treated areas. Like the first one is the arm, okay? And when you choose the arm, we have the suggested parameters for you already in this interface, okay? So it's a very smart machine for you. So as you can see here, when we choose the belly, so the energy changes to 3. So when we choose the hip, it changes to 2 again. So you don't need to worry about what kind of parameters you should set for your client, okay? So actually, but here is just the suggested parameters for you. But if your client can bear this kind of energy, and then you can also increase the energy to a higher one, okay? So for the energy, we mainly set according to your client's feeling. So we can do this treatment for different area, okay? And you don't need to worry about the parameters you set, okay? And right now, we would like to have a very interesting experiment for you to show you the RF of this cavitation, okay? So let's press start first. So actually, when you do the treatment for your client for this cavitation, actually it will become more getting heater and heater, and then until you can feel the warm, okay? You can feel the warm on the skin. Yes. So right now we would like to have a little interesting experiment for you to show you how strong of this energy. Okay, how strong of this energy. So, 你们重新试一下。So sorry. We have for this handpiece, there's a little problem with this one. So I'm so sorry that we can't show you this little experiment today. But for the next time, okay, if you want to see how strong the energy is, then you can follow us. Okay, you can follow us, and then we will show you next time. Okay. So please remember, we will have the live streaming show every week. So if you want to see this little interesting experiment to show you how strong the energy is, okay, of this cavitation, then you can follow us, and then you can check it out next week. Okay. So please remember to follow us. Okay, that's all for the introduction of this. So right now that's all for the brief introduction of this machine and for the combined utilization of all kinds of fat producing machines here. So right now I would like to have our doctor and our model to come in to show you how to do the operations, okay? To show you how to do the operations with this Kuma machine. So I'd like to make a strengthen is that for the infrared, for this machine, we have 4 types of different techniques, okay? The first one is the infrared light. The second one is the RF. The third one is the negative pressure, okay? The negative pressure. The fourth one is the roller. Okay, it is the roller. So for the negative pressure, so now we would like to have our doctor and model to come in here, okay, to show you how to do the treatment. So first of all, before the treatment, please remember to measure the thickness of the thickness for your client, okay? Because it's very important for you to mark down all kinds of the data. Okay, the fat thickness before the treatment is 0.5.
然后我们测量腰围，我们测量3个地方，第一个是连着我们的脐上，然后是脐上2指，然后脐下2指，我们连接，我们测了3个地方的腰围。
Okay, we should measure 3 places. Okay, the first one is the one in the middle of the navel. Okay, so the second one is the 2 mm above the navel, and the third one is 2 mm below the navel. Okay, we should measure the data.
肚脐是68。
Okay.
大概脐上2指。
Okay, in the middle one, the size is 68. So.
脐上2指大概是66。
Okay, so for the size.
脐下2指大概是73。
Okay, now we have finished the measurement. Okay, for the first one, in the middle one is the data is 68. So for the data that above the navel, it's 66. For the one below the navel, up to 2 mm below the navel, it's 73. Okay. And after the measurement, please remember to mark down all kinds of this data in a file for your client. Okay, because we need to have a comparison before and after the treatment. And then so after the measurement, we should let our clients to know the contraindications of this treatment. Okay, so it's better for us to type out all kinds of this contraindications and to show to your client, and it's also better for your client to set up. Okay. And before the treatment, we should communicate with our client, let him or let her know the pre-precautions and post-precautions. So before the treatment, I would like to mention that skin test is essential. Okay, skin test is very essential for you. So for how to test, okay, how to test. Now I would like to show you. So before the treatment, it's better for us to clean the treated area, and we also need to apply the lubricating oil. Okay. And then we should let the treated handpiece to closely to touch to the skin. And for the energy, we should set it from low to high. Okay, we can set it from low to high. For the energy setting, actually, we have a suggested parameter table for you, so you don't need to worry about the parameters. Okay, so you just need to. So we will have a table for you, so no need to worry about the parameters. So for the parameters, you can set the energy from low to high according to the tables, according to the suggested parameters we offer. So and then you can apply. You should apply the oil. Okay. So right now our doctor is applying the oil on for our model here. So after applying the oil, then you can use the handpiece to touch the skin, and then 2 to 3 minutes later, you can check whether there's any swelling or abnormal situations on the treated areas. If no, so it means that is the suitable energy for this client. Okay. And this client can do this treatment. Okay. And please remember that don't use too much massage oil, okay, on the treated area, because it may be occlusion of the air channel. Okay. So don't use too much or don't use too less oil cream. Okay, massage oil. So as you can see, our doctor is now communicating with our client to make sure what kind of parameters is suitable for our client. So communication with our client is very important. And right now you can check how do we do the operation on the treated areas. Okay. Actually, it's very easy for you to operate it. Okay, no need to worry about you don't know how to operate it. So now I would like to have a brief introduction for you for the indications. So for the first one, so this machine can help us to burn the fats and help us to shape our body. Okay, it can reduce the size of the buttock, the thighs, the arm, okay, the belly, okay, all kinds of areas, and it can also reduce the abnormal fats and help us and help firming our body. Okay, help firming our body. So except body shaping, except fat reducing, it can also help us to reduce the cellulite. Okay, and it's suitable for all kinds of skin color. So now I would like to have a brief introduction for you for the contraindications. Okay, so I think most of you are very interested about the contraindications. So for the first one is the so for the person, what I said as below, it's prohibited for this treatment. Okay. So the first one is that the person who has heart disease, it's install the arrhythmia regulator. So it's prohibited for this treatment. And for the woman who is pregnant, it's also prohibited. And for somebody who has been injected the artificial filter, such as the silica gel, okay? So for this kind of person, it's also prohibited. So number 4, for the one who has diabetes and malignant tumor, okay, malignant tumor, so they are prohibited. Number 5, so for those who has a history of keloid scanning, okay, keloid scanning, so it's also prohibited. So number 6. So, and please remember, so during the treatment, so I would like to say that if you have already do the treatment for your client, like for example, you have do the treatment for your client after 10 or 15 minutes, if the client can't bear this kind of energy already, then we can reset parameter, okay? We can lower it to, we can decrease it, okay? We can decrease it. We can decrease the energy to a lower one until our client can bear it. Okay, now let's continue our contraindications again. So number 7. Number 6, okay? So for the person who has who is allergic to the RF, okay, it's also prohibited, okay? Who is allergic to the RF. And number 7, if there's the wound on the targeted area, and or the patient who is using the anticoagulant medicine, so it's also prohibited. Okay, so number 8, so the person who is treated with the side infection, okay, it's prohibited. Okay, number 9, the person who has some bath, okay, recently, very oftenly, okay, frequently, okay, so the person who has the sun bath frequently, it's also not suitable for this kind of treatment. So that is all for the treatment contraindications, okay? So actually I know it's very difficult for you to remember all of these contraindications for this treatment, okay? I just let you to have a brief understanding, okay? But if you want to have more information from us, if you want to have a complete contraindication list, then you can contact our sales manager. You can contact our college, okay? Then we can send you this contraindication list for you, okay? So, or you want, if you want the other informations, like you would like to have the treatment parameters, okay? If you like to have the treatment parameters, you can also contact our sales manager to have this kind of table. So now next, I would like to introduce the treatment course for you, okay? So as you can see, we have different types of treatment handpieces. So we have the handpiece for the body. We also have the handpiece for the face, for the thigh. And then actually what we suggested is that we should do the treatment for the whole body. So totally for 45 to 60 minutes, okay, for one treatment. That is the maximum treatment times we suggested. So, and as for the for each treated area, the suggested time, the suggested treatment time is 15 to 20 minutes, okay, to 20 minutes for each areas. So for the treatment times, it should also mainly according to the tolerance of our clients, okay? So during the treatment, please keep communicating with our client to check whether the client can bear this kind of energy. And for this treatment, actually, we can see the results instantly after this treatment. So especially for the one who with lots of fat cell, okay? So after 4 weeks, and then you can see the result, see a much more obvious result, okay? 4 weeks after the treatment. So we normally take 10 times of treatment as a whole treatment course, okay? We take 10 times of treatment as a whole treatment course. And after one treatment course, if you want to keep the slimming body continuously, then you can have a rest 3 months after the first treatment course. Then you can start the second treatment course, okay? So 3 months after the first treatment course, then you can start the next treatment course. And after that, if you want to keep the body slimming continuously, then you can do another treatment 1 month after the previous treatment course, okay? So you can do the treatment course every 1 month, okay? You can do the treatment course every 1 month. The post-treatment care, okay? The post-treatment care. So during the treatment, if the oil is not enough, you can also add the oil again, okay? Add the treatment oil again. So now here is the post-treatment care for you. So the first one is that actually the infrared light and the RF can help us to accelerate the blood flow, okay? Can help us to accelerate the blood flow. So if there is a little swellness or little redness on the skin, actually it's normal, okay? So that kind of situation will disappear within several hours, okay? So no need to worry about that. And as you can see in our model's belly, actually there's a little bit redness on the skin. So that is the suitable situation, okay? So no need to worry about that. So even if there's a little bit swelling on the handpit, on the skin, so it will also disappear within several hours, actually. And the second one is that after the treatment, 1 week within the treatment, 1 week after within the treatment, okay? So don't do any sun bath, okay? We should avoid the sunshine, okay? We should avoid the sunshine. So the sun bath is prohibited, okay? And we should also pay attention to the moisturization, okay? Pay attention to the moisturization. Okay, so if you have any questions for our treatment, so you can leave your message below, okay? So let me check. So welcome all of you to join our live streaming show. And for anyone who join our live streaming show, you can contact our sales manager to get the coupon, okay? The coupon especially for the live streaming show, okay? And then you can use this coupon for the purchasement of our machine, okay? So, or if you don't have any question right now, and you can, if you have any problem later, okay, you can also contact our sales manager. And if you want more information from us, you can also contact our sales manager to get the information, okay? So now the next one is that if there are the increasement of the urinary, actually that is also normal, okay? That is also normal, and don't apply the makeup directly after the treatment, okay? If you do the treatment on your face, okay? So don't do the makeup directly, okay, after the treatment. So that is all for the post-treatment care. That is all for the post-treatment care. So I think that is all for today's. That is all for the introduction of this machine. So we have already talked about the interface of the machine and the handpiece, and also the precautions before the treatment, and the precautions during the treatment, and the precautions after the treatment. So if you have any questions, if you still have any questions, you can leave your message below. And as you can see here right now, our doctor apply the oil again, because during the treatment the oil will become less and less, then you can apply it more on the skin, okay, to help lubricating the treatment, to make our client to feel much more comfortable during the treatment. So after this, so just now we just choose the shaping mode, okay, to do the treatment for our clients. Okay, I've also shown you that we have the shaping mode and we have the smooth mode, okay, on for this machine. So for the shaping mode, for the treatment at the very beginning, we usually choose the shaping mode, okay? Shaping mode, it means that when we press the handpiece, and then the treated area will be sucked, always will be sucked, okay, into the vacuum. So that is the shaping mode. And for the smooth mode, okay, it means that when we press the button, and the treated area will be sucked into the targeted area. It's just like we are doing the massage on the treated area, okay? So for this smooth mode, it can make our client feel much more comfortable, okay, after the treatment of the shaping mode. And it can also strengthen the treatment result, okay? It can also help us to strengthen the treatment results for the treated area. So after about 10 to 15 minutes of the shaping mode, then you can change it to the smooth mode to do the massage for this type of treatment. It can help you to strengthen the treatment results, and it can also help you to increase the treatment comfort for your clients. So it's very useful. Okay, for this kind of mode, smooth mode, it's very useful for the treatment. So after doing this kind of treatment, please remember to clean, okay, to clean the handpieces. So this cleansing step is very important, because after using it, it's very, so there are many oil on the handpieces, okay, so it's very important for us to cleanse it with the tissue first, and then we can use the alcohol. Okay, we can use the alcohol to clean off all of the oil on the handpiece. And especially for the biggest handpiece, we have the roller inside vacuum, and we should pay much more attention to the roller. We should cleanse it carefully, okay? And for the cleansing of the roller, we can turn on the machine to let the roller to start, and then we can cleanse it fundamentally. So right now, I would like to have a second. I would like to introduce again the principle, the working principle for you. Okay. So for this kind of machine, we have already combined 4 techniques all together. So for the first one is the RF. Okay. For the second one is the infrared lights. The third one is the negative pressure. The fourth one is the roller. Okay. So for the RF, so the function of RF, the first one is it has the thermal effects. Okay, it has the thermal effects. It can help us to stimulate the proliferation of collagen, and it can also help us to shrink the fat cell volume. Okay, the fat cell volume, and it also have the vibration effects. And the collision between the fat cell can also help us to reduce the fat cell. So number 2, the second technique is the infrared light. So for the infrared light, it can actually for infrared light, it can work on below the epidermis in 3 mm. But combined with RF together, it can work on below the epidermis 15 mm. Okay, so combine the infrared light and the RF all together, it can work on different layer of our skin. So it can have a deeper penetration. Okay, it can have a deeper penetration. So number 3, it's the, okay, that's all for the treatment. So this is all for the treat of our smooth mode treatment. Okay, so after the treatment, please remember to help our client to clean off the lubricating oil on the skin. Okay, so number 3, the negative pressure. So the negative pressure, it can help us to make the targeted area to focus on the effective area. Okay, so for this one, it can help us to improve the RF penetration depth. Okay, for the vacuum can help improve the RF penetration. So number 4, the roller. The roller can help us to accelerate the blood flow. Okay, can help us to accelerate the blood flow and the oxygen supply, and it can also help us to reduce the accelerate fat cell metabolism. So that is all for these 4 techniques. Okay, that is all for these 4 techniques. So now that's all for the treatment for today's live streaming show. So next step we will test. Okay, now we would like to test the thickness, okay, the weight size for our client after this treatment. Okay, please remember that we should measure the treatment before and after the treatment. After the measurement, we have the results here. So for the navel, we have reduced 2 mm. Okay, reduced 2 mm in the middle side. Okay, for 2 mm above the navel. So we have also 2 mm. Okay, also 2 mm. So for the weight size, 2 mm below the navel, we have already reduced 1 mm. Okay, so for this one, it's really effective for you to shape your body and to reduce the fat cell. So that's all for our today's live streaming show. So today we mainly talk about how to do the treatment, how to combine all kinds of fat cell reducing or fat cell reducing machines. Combine them all together. How to use it, how to combine them all together. Okay, because I believe you don't only have one type of fat cell reducing machines. Okay, if you have more, then you don't know how to combine them all together. So you can contact us. We can give you the suggestions. So that is all for our today's live streaming show. So we will have the next round of live streaming show next week. So for today's machine, if you have any idea, you can contact our sales manager, okay, to have more information. So that's all for today's live streaming show. So see ya, bye bye, next week. See you next week.